Hello to all the Junk Journal cool kids out there, and thank you guys so much for joining me today. I am doing this afternoon live because I have a couple of I have a lot of junk journal covers to work on. I'm trying to work on kind of like a collection, try to release about 12 junk journals at once. So I'm trying to build them up. So I'm working on the covers so far. So far I have 8 junk journal covers pretty much done. And I'm working on 3 more today, if I can get to them. We'll see what time I'm kind of over it, because, you know, it's only fun for so long, and then, you know, you want to take a break. So that's what happened last night. I had to go buy a new sewing machine, because I didn't buy the extended warranty on my last sewing machine. Hi, Betty. Hi, Patricia. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I wanted to make it to Walmart because the Walmart near me closes at midnight because they suck. And yeah, so I had to rush over there and buy a new sewing machine. I haven't opened it up yet. It's the same sewing machine. I keep buying the same one. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. I need to find somebody who will do sewing machine repairs where it won't cost more than the actual sewing machine itself. Okay, so then I gotta cut all this part off here. And you want to make sure that you pick the kind of book where the spine is not connected to the book itself. And you can tell because you could put like your finger through it. And then you know it's not attached to the spine. Hello, Tina. Hi, Felicia. Carrie Ann is here. Sandra, Tori, and Tina. Thank you guys so much. Welcome, welcome. I try to push the cover down a little bit, and it kind of separates the page there, because this is like held on by one page. The whole book pretty much is held on by one page. So it's not hard to cut them. Now, last night I made one cover, and I actually cut through the spine right here, and I showed you how to fix it. So it wasn't a big deal, but it does happen occasionally. Okay. So there's our book pages, and I did like the book pages. That's why I pretty much got this book. But we'll see. I like the book cover also. Okay, so I like to trim these little, whatever this page. It has like part glue and part of this like netting material they use. Let's cut this part here also. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. So here we go. We're just making progress. One book cover at a time, right? And, of course, this is the material that I got from bed sheets. Let me show you guys the ones that I made so far. I don't know if you guys have been following along with this whole, like, kind of collection that I'm starting. So far, I've got the covers. I'm going to have a couple different options. So these are the covers with this like neutral oatmeal background. I guess I have to be a little bit further from the camera for you to see the color. The camera might be, or the light might be too high. So it's kind of like an oatmeal color here. And then it's got this really pretty pattern. And it's ready for me to work on the inside cover and signatures and such and such. Here's another one with some lace, oatmeal colored spine. This one's got some hairs on it. Again, it's going to be a couple of these. There's going to be a couple without the spine, so it'll be just this nice fabric. This one will have some sort of alternative spine because I did make it so that it would have a spine. And again, all of these covers are using the technique that I'm using right now. So I'll be showing you how to do this. So I don't even know how many I have. I have quite a few. Let's see. 3, 6, 8. So far I have 8 covers ready to go, right? So, well, not ready to go. They're in different stages. But they're pretty much good. So we're working on, I'll see how many I get done today. Or during this live, I should say. Because I'm still going live tonight. So we'll see how many I get done then. I'm not trying to like push myself. I kind of just try and craft for an hour or 2 at a time. And then kind of give my hands rest. It's a new process for me because I used to be able to craft for hours and hours. But something is wrong with my hands. I don't know. Okay, so let's cut this down just a little bit. And we got this nice strip of fabric for doing different stuff. Gonna save that. So I can't give you an exact dimension, but you kind of want just about 1 inch of fabric on every side. Just like that. There we go. Okay, so that's perfect. So next step we gotta do is we have to make a spine for it. So one time I made a journal, and when I covered it with fabric, the spine kind of shrunk like this. So to prevent that, crafting for hours and hours, yeah, that's true. So it was either that or when I'm on my computer for too long, it hurts too. So I need to put like a new spine here. That's what I like to do. And so here's my cutter. And I like to use, this is the cover for a game board. And I keep using different parts of it. I'm going to have to go buy a new game board just to have this kind of chipboard. It's really good quality and it's very cheap when you buy it at the thrift shop, any game. Keep the cover and you can use it for your crafting. Okay. And it's going to have to be this tall. Okay, so you just want to have, let me put this away. So you want to make sure that the spine fits in here, but it's not too big and it's not too long. So you could make the length of it about the size of this inner paper. And I'm using my precision cutter from Fiskars, which I love. Cuts through this chipboard like nothing. Okay, cool. So then that is going to be my new spine. So that way this doesn't close in on me when I put the fabric on it. Okay, so I have missed so much. Been with my dad in the hospital for the last 2.5 weeks. Oh, Gigi, I hope everything is okay. Using my Turbo Tacky glue to adhere the spine. I just got the glue on the cover. Whoops. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Let's see, maybe a baby wipe will help. Okay, that did help. Right there. Sometimes this wants to come off. So while we work on the other part, let me get some paper clips. 1 moment. It happens sometimes that this doesn't want to hold down, so I get some paper clips. And I just kind of hold it down so that it glues down properly while I work on the next step. Because you want it to glue down there perfectly flat. Okay, so the next step is going to be adding heat and bond and paper to this beautiful fabric, which I have to remember what side is what, because I tend to glue the wrong side down to the heat and bond. What's up, boo-boo? My little cat. I don't know what he wants. Okay, so let me get my iron on. Let me get my iron on. Okay, so for this project, I'm going to be using, I went out again last night. I went to go buy a new sewing machine. And I also went out to go buy a new roll of heat and bond. So this is the red one. This is the one you use when you don't want to sew on whatever it is that you're doing. So the cover I'm not going to sew on. But for the spine, I would use the heat and bond light, which is purple, because I'm going to sew on it. So apparently that's a thing. I didn't know that before. I didn't mean to steer anybody wrong. But I did sew on the heat and bond for a long, long time. That's not what took my sewing machine down, but yeah. I shouldn't have touched that sewing machine. Okay, so I got my water bottle here. And can't make it exactly the size of it. You gotta give it a little bit of wiggle room, but not too much. We're gonna trim a big old piece. Now what this stuff is, it is iron-on adhesive. So it's basically going to make my big piece of fabric into a sticker. Ambo! Stop! Why are you so weird? There's this like one bag that he likes to lick. I don't know why. He's so weird. Okay. So I'm going to put my roll away for now. And I have my little pile of heat and bond scraps that I'm going to do something with. These ones I can't sew through apparently. But I'm going to do something. So, keep those off to the side. So now, I need a piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to do this in sections because my parchment paper is not big enough. And I don't know where the heck the box of the rest of them is. I don't see it anywhere. It's probably right in front of my face, or it's hidden completely. I don't see it around me. I just don't see it at all. Oh, I got these new chips. I went out and these are like the first thing there. Lime sea salt flavored Lay's. I don't know. I like, what is the other one called? The one that's smooth. It's some like smooth chips, and they're a lot better. These are okay. They need more lime flavor. I need more lime. They're all right. Okay, so I have the fabric the right way. Let me check. Yep, got the fabric the right way. With the Heat and Bond shiny adhesive side, there's a dull side, which is smooth, and then this shinier side, which has ridges on it. Yep, this is the right side. So then it's good to go. I have my little protective mat here on my table. You might want to use an ironing board, whatever it is that you got. I checked. It's the right side. I always mess that up. I know. Hello, Journey of Crafting. Hi, Romaine. Thanks for checking on me. I appreciate it. And I'm trying also not to burn, because apparently sometimes I leave it on for too long. So you want to leave it on in increments. You do want the glue to melt, but sometimes it will burn your fabric. It's kind of funny. It just like turns a little bit yellow. It happens. Paper covers. I've done paper covers in the past. Just covering books. Yeah, it's hot. I've done it. I prefer this method, but it is possible just to do it with paper. Okay, so let's let it cool down by moving it around off screen. Then I move the, you can get some glue on your parchment paper, but you just like move it out the way. Okay, so this side is nice and glued down. This corner could use a little bit more time. Okay, let's work on this side. The hefty journals I use, books like you and many other books. Sharon, sometimes I do during daytime. Once in a while. If you join my Junk Journal Cool Kids Facebook group, you'll see that sometimes I'll post an announcement that I'm going live. Usually I go live at 1 p.m. And that's Pacific Standard Time for me. It happens sometimes. So if you join my Junk Journal Cool Kids, you'll see that a couple hours ahead of time. Or sometimes if you watch the live for the night before, I say I'm going to go live during the day. And this is about the time that I'll go live during the day sometimes. Just once in a while when I have work to do. I try not to craft too much nowadays, but when I do have work to do, and I mean, that's all the time. But again, I have to refrain myself from working 24/7 just because I can. Doesn't mean I should. I get that. And sometimes, most of the time I'm working on the die cuts and stuff, so I leave the actual crafting for nighttime, which I feel like I'm going to do embellishments tonight. I want to work on some embellishments because apparently I'm going to have a lot of junk journals to do. And I'm going to be working with the paper pad that Carol sent me, because I think it pretty much just goes with all of these covers really nicely. Trying to let it cool down. Hey, Joey. I know, Tavy. I did this time. I managed. Everybody helped. Everybody chipped in some help. I know. I'm always going for that shabby chic look. I'm just kidding. Okay, let me get this out the way. Oh, I don't have a P.O. box yet. But I can give you my address if you email me. And my email is Tsunami. Oh, wait, no. Collins at tips. TsunamiRose.net. Yeah. That's my email if you want to contact me. I do need to get a P.O. box. It's just during the day I don't have a car. And then when my husband gets home, the UPS place is usually closed. For me to go ask about a P.O. box. Let alone trying to go to the post office at 5 o'clock trying to ask about a P.O. box. It's pretty much impossible. What was that I missed, Joey? So Patricia needs 3 more subscribers to get to 1,000. Wow, congratulations. If you guys like junk journal videos, head over to Patricia's channel and subscribe. She does some awesome stuff. You know, I'm going to go, I think I can subscribe to her right now. Let's see. No, I can't. I don't know if you can click on her channel, but you can just go over to her channel and hit that subscribe button, you guys. She's cool. She's one of the cool kids. I'll vouch for her. Okay, she's cool. Okay, so make sure that's all covered in it. It seems to be good. Pretty solid, nice and covered. Okay. This piece right here in the corner could use a little help. Just got to make sure it's all good. Make sure all these edges are nice, tight, and right. Okay. Just let it cool down. Otherwise, all the glue will stick to your all the glue will stick to your parchment paper that's not covered by fabric. Hey, that's cool. Yeah. There's a lot of things I do to skip steps. It's okay. As long as you don't pay $500,000 for your kid to get to college. Some shortcuts are okay. Congratulations, Patricia. Okay, so let's get this fabric off of this heat and bond. Need that later. So the heat and bond turns your fabric pretty much, like I said, into a giant sticker. So now that shiny part that was on the actual roll of heat and bond is now transferred on to your fabric. Daisy, do you have a video on the scan and cut? I remember that right. Yeah, it's really old, but it still covers the basics. Yes, I do. So if you look through my video catalog, you'll find that. So this side is like sticky and tacky almost. So we gotta put this onto some packing paper, which I have over here to my left. I have a question for Daisy or you wonderful ladies. I've been making journals for a while now. I've tried all different ways, but I can't seem to sell them. Maybe on here, one there is like for pennies. Do you do flip through videos, Tina? You have to make sure that you can adjust the colors. So you have to make sure you adjust those colors. And you might have it set to black and white, maybe. You can do that. You do flip through videos also. Let's see. You'd have to look at also your photos. So your photos should be, the photo should be nice and bright. There should be nothing in the background. I don't personally like photos of like journals that look like they're on the floor, or products in general that look like they're on the floor or something. So photos really, really matter when it comes to selling your junk journal for how much you want to sell it for. Yeah, you might want to embellish them more, maybe, to get more of a... When I sell a junk journal, it's either like naked completely, no junk, no embellishments whatsoever, or it's embellished halfway through, or it's embellished completely, like every single page. And that's how I kind of get like the level of how much I should pay for it. It has to do with your photos. I have a video on how to get better photos if that's something you're interested in. Let me see if I can get a link on how I do my photos. So maybe it'll give you an idea. I also used a free editing software, or actually a free editing website that's on the internet that you can use to edit your photos to make them like a little bit brighter. And the way that I take the photo is I make the background completely white. And I did a video on how I did that. So and it's pretty simple. Like I said, I used a free editing website. Let me see if I can... I guess it's been a while since I put it out. I think maybe it was last year sometime. Should be all set. Let's see, where is it? I might not have used a very good title for it because I don't think it got very much traction, but whatever. I did get asked about it, and I knew it'd be something people wanted to know about. So here, I found it. Okay. So it's about product photography. And that's how you can kind of better your photos to kind of stand out from the crowd and maybe get you that little bit extra that you want for your product. Because when you want to sell something, whatever it is that you want to sell, and if it's handmade, you have to go that extra step and make flip-through videos and even how you like process videos on how you made it. All that stuff kind of adds value to the junk journal and kind of justifies it in people's head that they should buy it because it's kind of one of a kind, or they've never seen anything in that theme or that color scheme. Like that. Definitely flip through videos are definitely key to selling these junk journals. And mostly I've found that the demographic for people that buy junk journals are junk journalers because they know how much work it takes. Or they just fell in love with junk journals and they want to have an example for themselves of kind of what they want to do. Or they've never seen a junk journal in real life, so they want yours because of your photos, or because they saw you making it, or because they saw your flip through video. Okay, so now we have the backing of this fabric is on packing paper. And hey, April, what's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, so it's kind of dried perfectly. Let me get my paper clips back because I have, you know, just because I have these little paper clips in here and I keep putting them back, I feel so much more responsible. And I feel like my life is much more put together. So usually I make this even because it bugs me. What do you want, little boy? Huh? He's just staring at me. He's so weird. I'm talking about my cat. Such a little weirdo. I know, I'm so professional. I got this, girl. I got this. And then to get this side done, I put these two sides together. Fold it in half. Whoops. And I could actually further make this even off of that. But let's work on this. Hopefully we don't cut too much. Sometimes that happens. Me trying to even this out, I cut too much off. It happens. There's not really any fix for that, but it happens. I recently found someone who, as soon as she posted journals, they sell out immediately, and they're not cheap. No, they were $45 for a 40. Yeah, sometimes people have YouTube followings or that you don't know about because you never look them up. That's what sometimes people forget. Sometimes people have followings, and until you have that type of following, that's not really going to happen to you. But you could still get your journals out there and build your own following eventually. But you have to be consistent. People like a lot of videos. People like videos every week. People like a couple videos every week. You know? So if that's something you want to do, you really got to stay consistent on it to build a crowd and an audience. Yep. You got to post it. Ambu! You see what I'm saying? He goes and he licks this one freaking bag. He's so weird. Like, why that one bag? I should get rid of that bag. Okay, I'm trying to get this glue out with this sponge that is so hard. But hey, at least this way it doesn't absorb all the glue, I guess. That's why you hear it scraping. It's because it's super hard. I didn't soak it in water last night. It's fun. Oh yeah, Gail. Well, Gail has literally I think like 13,000 subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, that's why. Because it's Gail. So you can't really compare yourself to people like that until you're on their level of like subscribers, like honestly. I wouldn't judge myself based on them. It's like saying, well, why do I only have $300 in my account when that Bezos Amazon guy has 4 billion? You know what I mean? Like, why am I not, like, how come I can't spend as much? Well, because you don't have that much money. You know what I mean? Like, don't compare yourself to that. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. And you should still price your journals at the price that you want. Do not lowball yourself on your handmade art, because you might not sell out in 15 minutes, but you know what? You might sell that journal in a month or two for the price that you wanted it. And it doesn't mean that your art is any less good, any less better or worse than them or anything like that. It just takes the right buyer to really appreciate your art and what you made to purchase it for the price that you put it down for. Again, it doesn't mean that your art is any less or any better or any worse than anybody else. It just might take a lot longer for the right buyer to find your art. But by no means should you lowball yourself at all. Okay, so I definitely give the journals that I want to sell for top dollar, like super extra good treatment, like super embellishments, super laces, like really expensive stuff. So that, and I put in a lot of labor, and even doing these lives or even showing you the process kind of shows you why it's this much money. So if you can show people value in your work through good photos, through a good flip through with good lighting and good audio and a good angle, you can do it. Like I said, it's just going to take you more time than it would Gail, and it doesn't mean that your art is any worse or any better. She just has her own audience, and it's going to take a little bit longer for the right buyer to find your art. That's it. Yeah, you can't share that unless you're a mod, Chris. Journey of Crafting. You can post it in our group, in our Facebook group, and we can give you some tips there. Let me give you the link to it, and we can help you out that way. Yeah, in this, in the Facebook live, I mean, in the YouTube lives, you can't do that unless you can't share links unless you're a mod. Let me. Oh, it's okay. It's a little lopsided, but I'll live. So I'm gonna cut the corners here. And I've been saving the little corners. I guess I'm going to use them as little corner edges. What are they called? Tucks. Corner tucks. Might be too much fabric. I'm always nervous at this part. I'm not going to lie. This part always makes me so nervous. Because like the pressure of trying to get it in that right little angle. Ugh. Too much pressure. Okay, so I'm going to use this extra piece of heat and bond to kind of use it to add glue to places so that it doesn't get all over my table or my crafting top thingy-majiggy. So let's get this in here. And my little sponge is over here. So let's fold this part in here. Oops, my glue. Well, I've been collecting them. I have quite a few corners now. I've made quite a few journals. And you could totally use tissue paper instead of the packing paper that I used. I like to use packing paper because it's a little bit more opaque. And because then I don't have to paint the cover because you can't see through it because, again, it adds like a layer of color behind it. So that I don't have to paint the cover. Yay. Because that's always a worry of mine. Like, oh my God, do I have to paint the cover though? Okay, so let me see what I'm going to do. I guess I'll do this side. Actually, let me do this side here. So again, I'm working on what I'm calling now, what I'm now just starting to call my 2019 spring collection. So it's going to be about a dozen, maybe 14 journals that I'm going to release all at the same time. And I'm going to work on them live. I've already been working on them live. So that's been great. The next couple steps, I still have some that I'm going to make out of cardstock. So I'm trying to get like all sorts of different price points. So that's what I'm working. That's what these are for, basically. It's for that collection. Because I'm cool like that. Okay, so where is my freaking bone knife? Did I drop it and then I didn't pick it up? What happened to it? Oh my God, I always lose my boning knife. 10 times a day. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now you want to find the spine and kind of smooth this over with something. You could use a boning knife. I'm using the back of a stylus. So this will work. We'll give you some feedback. No problem, Journey. And meanwhile, do make sure to watch that video that I posted about product photography. Because I've been studying all this stuff through my whole like Etsy store and everything and how to sell on Etsy because it was all new to me too. It was all new to me at one point also. So let me get this here. And at one point also I had 0 subscribers. You know what I mean? Like it's just a time. It's a waiting game with this. But if you stay consistent, you'll build that crowd that you want. And I always YouTube everything, like how do I get more sales on Etsy? How do I get more this? I can't live without YouTube, I'll tell you that right now. And thankfully people make content like that because people want to know. Ooh. Ugh, glue on my hands. No. I'm trying to really keep myself from having glue. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, so we gotta pull this in here. Oh, right. We gotta do this little edge. Well, I don't think I have to do it here, but just maybe just a little bit. Kind of pinch it. Okay, it's pinched over here, I think. Okay, that looks good. Let's do this side. Oh, it's not pinched. It's just this little corner you gotta tuck in. Okay, it's done. Okay, that looks good. I've learned that a baby wipe actually gets the glue off your hands. So guess what I'm going to have all the time now? That's right, baby wipes. Okay, so this works on that. And that fabric is just so cute. Yep. And then you kind of got to work. Can lay it flat. Trying to work it in the grooves here. There you go. And then that doesn't happen. Okay. I'm trying to work the fabric into the grooves also. Can't really show it, but it kind of like buckles a little bit. Maybe you can see it right there. It kind of buckled. You see it right here? So I'm trying to smooth it out so that it doesn't do that. And it kind of does it on the sides also, which is why I usually cut this part off, but let me see if I could. I just know not to take it all off, not too low, because then it shows the fabric. Then I got to put a spine on it. Let's see if this will work here. So I just cut these little notches there, or it's gonna be. Way to go, crafting. Journal of crafting. I hope you find something that works for you. Okay, this will work because there's enough space here, and then I don't have to worry about it kind of having to be perfectly there. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to do that from now on. Just not make the notches, because I used to make the notch all the way down, which is fine if I'm going to put a spine on it, but if I don't want to put a spine on it, I don't want that to show. Okay, so let's smooth it out. The sponge has rehydrated. It's kind of funny. And again, I'm working on the back of one of the Heat and Bond pages. You gotta reuse and recycle, ladies. Okay, so gotta get this. Pinch this little corner. Let's see. Pinch that corner, and then we're pinching this corner as well. It's got too much glue there. And we're bringing it in. Perfect. Let's get the glue off our fingers because it drives me crazy. Oops. Oops. I forgot to get the glue off of here. Okay. So that's much better. Then I don't have to worry about it actually having to hold on to the edges there. Much better than this over here. It happens. I got it to be good, but I'd rather not have to deal with it at all. Okay, so this looks beautiful. I guess I left a string in there. That makes a pretty front cover. I love it already. And then it comes stable with that little spine piece we included. So it's not going to cave in on us, hopefully. Okay. So now we move on to the next one. Let this one rest. Fold it up like this. It should work. Okay. So let's put it off to the side and let's get to work on the next one and grab ourselves a chip for a reward. Now, I never read these books, but apparently they're like a series. Do you journal, use books for your journals, or make them from scratch? I've done both, but I now prefer to use books because it's like kind of like a shortcut. A little bit of a shortcut, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So I love the book pages on this, which is pretty much why I got it. Nice, and with the nice gradient on it already. Nice fade, yellow pages, love it. So now we're gonna destroy it, right? Let's cut this down here. Again, trying not to cut the cover, but if you cut the cover, I mean, there's fixes for that. But we just try not to. Okay. Now the other side. All right. Let's get this stuff off. Get the book out the way. I have way too many books now. My friend Richard is selling book pages. I think I'll just give it to him. Well, not really. I want some of them. I want some of them myself. Did I just cut it? Nope, we're good. We're good. So I just like to cut off these little fuzzies here and this little extra edge that we just don't need. Okay, so. And this side here. Perfect. So now we have this book cover, right? I have done acrylic pour on a book cover and it came out awesome. That sounds cool. Have you ever used tie-back to reinforce the spine cover? No, because it's already, I mean, it's in good condition. And then I put fabric on the inside of it, so it makes it fine. I'm not scared of it popping off or anything or needing to be reinforced. Like this book that I have to get out to his customer. This is not reinforced. This is just the fabric on the spine. It's got this piece. It's got this piece. There's a lot of reinforcement going on that I don't feel the need to do that. Not me. Okay. So, spine. What is that? Oh my gosh. Let's work on the spine again. I don't remember who saw that, but it looked interesting. Okay. So here, it's already the perfect size. We just need to work on the width. Why are you crying, boy? Go get your toy, boo-boo. Hashtag Patusutlope. You need to make that into a song, April. That needs to be a song, girl. I'm telling you, it could be a hit. It could be a hit, girl. I'm definitely going to have to go out and buy a new game board just for the box. Okay. Perfect. Let's get it in there. What, boo-boo? Can I help you? Oh my gosh. I feel harassed right now by this little boy. He won't bring me his toy, but he wants to cry about it. Go get your toy on, boo. He knows what I mean. Okay, perfect. Let's get it in here. All right. Now, paper clips. Let's get these suckers on here. Right? Isn't it great? I love this trimmer too. If anybody needs to know what trimmer it is the Precision Rotary Cutter from Fiskars. And here is the link if you guys want to check it out for yourselves. Hi, Daisy and everyone. If you need chipboard, go to the liquor store and ask for a wine case insert. The cardboard that separates the bottles. It will work great. Ooh. That's an interesting idea. That's possible all the time. There's like always 30 liquor stores around. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just my hood. Okay, so let's get this around here. Right there. Perfect. Just so it holds on to it while we do the next step, and then it should be nice and held in. Okay, so let's move this off to the side. Okay, so the next step, I believe this was the fabric for it, but I kind of want to use another fabric. I made this fabric, or this, whatever the heck this would be called. I'm not even sure what this is called. I'm calling it like they would on Project Runway, like saying like I made a textile. A textile. And I think I kind of want to use one of these instead. Instead of the fabric I originally had planned for it, I think this is what I want. So let me just take off the little extra strings. Ambu, why are you just staring at me, boy? Can I help you? You're just gonna look at me? This cat is so weird. That is a good deal. I got mine. Yeah, I think mine was like, I bought it before the sale. No, it was 65. It was 65. I can't remember. Was it more than that? But it was worth it. Definitely worth it. For all that I like to do with it, like cutting the fabric straight and everything. Very much worth it. Okay, I'm just cutting off all the hairs. I don't want them to get caught in what I'm doing. Okay. So let me iron this first because I want it to be a little bit flatter maybe. I don't know if it can be flatter. Oh, it can be. Okay, it can be a little bit flatter. That's good. It kind of unwrinkles things. That's good. That's a good thing. I hope nothing needs to be sewed because I don't have my sewing machine out right now. Okay, that works out perfectly. It's very couture, April. Gosh. I'm practically... It's practically haute couture over here. I mean... It's as good as it is. Practically Paris up in the middle of Las Vegas right now. I've been watching this little kid. What's his name? His name is Haute Couture. And he just like burns everybody for their fashion. It's too funny. He's hilarious to watch, like himself. Like he's got such a funny personality. I love it. I don't care anything about fashion, but he's hilarious. That's why I know about haute couture. I mean, this took me quite a long time. It took me like an hour just to make this one cover. I know that much. Okay, I think that's as straight as it's going to get. which it pretty much straightened it out pretty well. Are you really just gonna stare at me, little cat? Because I don't have your toy, and you didn't bring your toy, so what do you want me to do? Go get your toy! Oh my god, hang on a moment. He's bugging me so much. Okay, I genuinely don't know where your toy is. So I don't know what you want from me. I just looked around. I can't find his toy. He's just going to stare at me because he's going to stare at me until he brings me his toy. Oh my god. That cat. Okay. So, now, let's get the heat and bond. It should work. Let me just make sure. It's a little crooked, but it should work as long as I don't cut too much off. This is going to be beautiful. Can't wait. I can't wait. It was a fun cover to make. I did make this cover live. I just didn't show you how to actually make it into a cover, which is fine. It happens. Just going to make it a little bit even here just by cutting it down. Just with my scissors. Ooh, and some patience. I don't know if this is really going to work any better than it already is. Oh my god. This is kind of hard to cut, yo. Oh, these are just fabric pieces. Okay. I don't think it's any straighter. Because I don't think it's any straighter than it was before. Okay, that might have helped a little bit. Not really. Okay, whatever. So let's get the heat and bond out. Okay, so let's get my heat and bond out. Do you think the membership to Graphic Fairies is worth it? I don't know. Honestly, I used to work with their graphics until like everybody started working with their graphics. So it's not worth it for me. But what you could do, I'll tell you that right now, right? When I used to do it, it used to be like, oh, if I subscribe for 1 month, I could pretty much download everything that they've had up until then. And then you could also like come back in 4 months and subscribe for 1 month and pick up what they've been dropping throughout the other months. I don't know if that's cheating. I mean, it's allowed. It's not. I'm still paying. I'm just paying for like 1 month. Pick up everything that they've posted all year long. But like I said, if you want to make graphics, everybody else uses those images. I know that much. So if you try to be original, I don't know about that. Like I said, I don't know if it's, yeah, everybody uses those graphics for, like, people that make kits and papers and stuff. Everybody uses them. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, everybody puts their own spin on it, you know? Which is cool. Okay, trying to get this here to melt. We'll see how good this does. I've never tried to adhere this to this type of material to heat and bond. So we'll see how that goes. Oh my gosh. Hopefully it works. It seems like it's working. Well, my graphics it would be a different type of shop than if you're trying to look for. I don't sell graphics for other people to make graphics from. That's what Graphics Fairy is, their subscription is good for. If you don't know how to make stuff and you don't want to, I have stuff. Yeah. Okay, so let's get the rest of this melted. That definitely did not melt at all. This might take some extra time because of all the thread. That's what I'm finding right now. I mean, it's definitely fun to make your own kits. I'm not going to lie and sit here and tell you it's not fun. But it is a lot more work than I think people think it is. Thank you for your support, Shelby. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I hope this is actually gluing. This is set to the hottest. Maybe I'm not letting it sit enough. I'm trying to let it sit. Yeah, me too. That's why I got my scan and cut, you know. You guys already know. I'm going to move this around. Let me get a potato chip. They're all right. They need more lime. They're all right. Where are your toys? I don't know where they are. What did you do? Usually he'll bring me his toy, and then I'll throw it. But he's just staring at me. I hear some crickets can do it still. The scan and cut right now is on sale. It's about $100 cheaper than when I bought it a couple years ago. So if you did want to get it, now is kind of the time to do it. Well, the older model anyways. But there's nothing really that the newer model does that the older model can't do, except it doesn't cut foam. But I don't cut foam anyways. I don't know. It's just a good time for a scan and cut. And I use mine all the time. I don't know. It's not adhering. Hang on, let me do it this way maybe. Let's do it this way since it doesn't want to adhere, I think, through the fabric anyways. So let's do this. Let's heat the heat and bond. That should work. You don't want to heat the fabric enough, but this should work. Okay, this is getting better, I think. Yeah, it's adhering. Yep, that's what I had to do with this kind of fabric. It's just too thick. Okay, that's fine. I understand. I get it. I get it. Okay, I think that worked. We gotta let it cool down. Except I don't really want to. Because so I just kind of peel it off. And what that does is when you don't let it cool down, it like transfers all this glue. I don't know if you can see it on my paper, but then you can just rub it off. But if you were patient enough and let it cool down, it would stay on the heat and bond paper. So here we go. I don't like to wait. That's just me. Okay, let me just fix this here. Because I didn't want to wait. Now I gotta wait and do this. That's just so I can keep reusing this paper here. Okay. So that did adhere. That's what it needed. So let's get the rest of it. It's kind of a big piece. It's a big book. Right? This patient. You're right. It's new to me too. It's a new concept. I like this cover, but I also don't like it at the same time. There's too many colors. It's very 70s. I like this part though. But the rest of the cover is like 270s for me. So many colors. Okay. This is working out pretty good here. A lot of stitching on this cover. And the glue's kind of got to find its way into all those crevices. I'm letting it cool down just a little bit. Just a little bit because I have a bunch of glue here now. Just a smidge. Okay. Ooh, once I log off, I have to make spaghetti sauce. It made this bubble up. I don't know. I'm over it. This fabric is annoying. The Betsy Johnson fabric is kind of annoying. It's beautiful, but okay. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get these edges just to be safe. A lot of ironing in this process, I'm not gonna lie. But it makes everything look pretty. And again, I'm using the Ultra Bond, the Heat Ultra Bond. I'm using the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold because I don't plan on sewing through this cover, obviously, because it's already super sewn up. But, ooh, you got pancakes, girl? Ooh, I'm jealous. So let's clear this up here. Get this glue off. What's up, boo-boo? Go get your toy, you little weirdo. Okay. So now we should be able to peel this off. Revealing our fabric. That's pretty much a giant sticker, which is great. Okay, so now we're going to take this and maybe this piece fits, maybe. Ooh. Just freaking barely perfect. That works for me. I'm probably going to need a second piece of parchment paper. I don't know where my parchment paper is though. Oh, here it is. Here's this piece. That'll work. So let me get this on here. So this is on, we're backing the fabric onto packing paper. What dimensions are you doing on this one? Oh gosh, I don't know what this is. Let's see. It is 12 inches tall by about 17 inches long. All right, I should do it the other way. Oh my gosh. So 12 by 17 is the size of the paper or the fabric piece that I made. It's actually bigger because why is it bigger? Oh, because I cut it down a little bit already. Okay, so we gotta adhere it, kind of. Yeah, I guess it was enough. Okay. I just don't know if I should be doing the back of it instead. Like heating up the paper. Because I had a better effect last time. So let's keep ironing here. Yeah, I was going to say, Christy. Good tip, good tip. What are you doing, boy? He's just like right next to me messing with things in the trash can. Like, why? Like, why you do that, boo-boo? Huh? Why you do that, boo-boo? Why are you such a little weirdo, boo-boo? You just want to touch us? No, you don't, because you want to bite me. Oh, my God. Frickin' child. And on the back on the subject of journals, I also do craft with me's to show the journals, mainly because I'm not good at techie stuff. I hate posting. So, maybe you need to work on things like your lighting, things like the camera that you use, making sure it's good quality. You want to make sure it's easy for the person to see. Ooh, that glue is still hot. You want to make sure all that is together. It's a lot. It's a lot. But people still do watch videos with bad audio and visuals. But that happens. It happens. Okay, so let me move this. The costume is in here. The camera is an iPhone X. Light is terrible. What do you suggest? I suggest going to Walmart and buying lamps. Just go to Walmart and buy some lamps. But you want to make sure all of your light bulbs are the same. So like they're either all yellow light or they're all blue light. And that should give you enough lighting if you don't want to invest. I use this one light from Walmart. It has just like, it's got two light bulbs, one that points straight up and then one that has like a little arm that moves around. And that's really helpful. But like I said, you want to make sure that your light bulbs are all the same, that they're either all yellow light or that they're all blue light. And I don't know anything about filming videos on an iPhone because I don't have an iPhone. So what I would suggest is that you look up on YouTube how to film videos on an iPhone. And somebody out there has got to have a tip that'll work for you. How many do you have? I only use one. I have... If you want to see my setup, I actually made a video not too long ago about my setup and what it is that I use. I have about, like at night, when I go live at night, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on me. So you can just imagine. I've been working on this little setup for a while, and I decided that that's how many lights I needed, apparently. But it does work for me, though. So I'm trying to get the link over to you. So just one moment, and we'll get it. Meanwhile, I'm trying to do this over here, too. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. It's called Overhead Film Setup for YouTube. And let me get the link there. And I put everything, oops, I didn't mean to click on it. And I put everything that I pretty much used on there for that. How many SIGs are you gonna do for this book cover? Probably for this one, I usually do 2 signatures, but probably 3. It's big enough for 3, I would say. Right now during the day I have less lights on, but at night I have to brighten this whole place up. Will the stitch one be cover 2? Yes. I'm going to make it into a cover right now. So I'm going to move this over a little bit. I'm just trying to work on this here. So one moment. I'm going to make sure it's all adhered. So far, so good. Just working on the other side now. If you can't see what it is, here it is. How many SIGs are you doing in that stitched one? That one's for this one. The one I said for 3. For the other books, probably 2. There's one that's really small, probably 1. Goodbye, Annette. Right here. That's where it needs the glue. Right here. Everywhere else seems to be good. Off of here. Okay, this is looking really good. Okay, good. So now we're going to peel this. So we're going to cut this out. And I'm going to try and make it straight without messing it up. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm just trying to make it straight. Yeah, I have a little bit of wiggle room. Okay. More than I thought I had, that's for sure. So I like to fold it in half, but that might not work here, actually. Might not work here. So let's try and get this evened out. Just really bothers me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Ooh. The glue might be a little too warm still. Let me get some cardstock. One moment. And a chip. I should order lunch. Okay. Let's see if this helps. No, well, technically I do have 2 separate covers, but bamboo. This cat just did a backflip for no reason. Like, why? Why? I don't know why. Whew. For once, it didn't want to cut through something. all the stitching might be too much for it. Well, I made it straight-ish. I'm just not going to be able to make this one straight, I don't think. Without, like, potentially messing it up. Probably not. But I'm going to keep trying. Oh, my God. Here I go. Worst case scenario, this ends up being too small and then I have to use it for another project. I mean, that's not the worst either. It's not the absolute worst. I just like things to be even when I work with them. It's not so much to ask for. Perfection. That's all I ask. Okay. Yeah, it might gunk up the cutter. You're right. It's just too many stitching, I think. Too much stitches. Because it cuts everything else out just perfectly fine. It might just be too many stitches. Too many bumps. Too many lumps, maybe. Okay, we can work around that. It's all right. Okay, so that's good enough, I think. It might be a little bit too long still. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's too wide. I didn't measure my book before I made this or anything, so it wasn't like custom made for this cover. Okay, so that should be good enough. Okay, that's good enough. So let's take these little clips off. And let's get my life together and put them back in here. Oh, everything is better with my life when I put my clips back in their case. Okay. Here we go again. I guess the sticker doesn't really matter. Gosh, Goodwill really ruins a bunch of their stuff with their stupid stickers. Just make all the books one price. Gosh. You're ruining them. Okay, so let's get all the glue in here. All this glue, honey. Get all this glue. Sorry, I speak in RuPaul memes way too often. Nobody understands me. Only my best friends. Or if you watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Okay, more glue, more glue. Your Goodwill will look prices. What? No. You at one of those bougie places, because they're trying to get like that around me too. Like, oh, this book is $14. What do you mean that book is $14? Like, because they know people resell stuff, I think. They see your YouTube videos. They know. They have YouTube too. That's what my friend is trying to do. He's trying to resell things from Goodwill, and he's finding that they're pretty much selling the stuff like at the same price that he would sell it for. Let's see. My friend in Texas, hers, and they're all like under $1. Like, how? I have to pay minimum $1 for my books, minimum. And there's been some times where they were not on sale and I had to pay $2 for them. It was like, ouch. I know I'll get my money back, but like, ouch. More than $1 for a book. Ouch. Like at the thrift store? That's weird. But it happens. It does happen. Thank you, Miss Gigi. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the video. Let's see. Let's get this glue over here. This is the stressful part to me, trying to like get it dead on center. And this glue is so quick to dry, you can't really move it around too much. Oh my gosh, baby wipes, help me. I think this baby wipe has glue all over it. I'm gonna go through this baby wipe thing in like a day. Okay, let's get this off my mat. Okay, so that's good. That works. I'm okay with it. I might need to trim this up just a tiny bit more. I try and do this little by little, because I don't want to do it too much, and I probably do too much. Okay, so let's get these corners cut off. Right there and right there, and let's get this here. Do you want to leave some of the fabric here on the edge? Right here, not too much, not too little. It's weird to find that happy medium, but you have to. Okay, perfect. These are good to go. And then I want to cut, I don't know if it's possible with this, but I do want to make little slits here. Not too deep. This definitely does not need a spine piece. Oops. Should be okay. Okay. So I'm making these little flaps there to make it easier to kind of fold in. Okay, so grabbing this piece of heat and bond, and that's what I'm going to use to kind of spread the glue around. This cover is going to be so pretty. There's my stylus, and now I lost my stylus. What the heck is happening? Yeah, it's going to be impossible to do that. Okay, that's fine. I'll live. Okay, so got my little baby wipe here to save the day. So let's get our glue on here. Right, ciao. I use book sale finder and go to library sales in my area, and last day filled bag for $5. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to do that. Book sale finder. Hey, gotta use that technology to find those old books, you guys. Oh no, I just got glue on my sweater. Gosh darn me. Okay. Oh no. I thought I pulled my sleeves up enough, but I guess I didn't. My life. My life. Okay, so let's do this here. Fold this in. Make it beautiful. Perfect. Now, let's do this here. What do I want for lunch? What do I want for lunch? What should I Postmate in for lunch? Uber Eats. I don't know. It's already 2:30. Okay, get all this glue. Let's pinch this little corner. Baby wipe this down so I can keep working on this surface. Oh, it looks like it didn't need that little fold in. Okay, that'll work. Okay, fold this in. And I kind of tug on it to kind of pull it down. Oh, Christy, really? Is that a joke, Christy? Because honestly, that's... Do you... Okay, Christy, let me show you what I've been doing. Every time I go to Walmart, all right, I've been like picking up a bottle. Every time, because I'm like, I have all these books to do. Every time I go to Walmart, and my husband's like, didn't you already buy glue? I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to need more. Every time I've been buying it, I don't know. It's like this thing. Pizza. I'm not in the mood for pizza today. I know. Shocker. I've been body switched. It's not even me, you guys. Yeah, I'm not in the mood for pizza. Not today. Not today. This little piece kind of decided to stick out. So I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to glue it down. Okay. I think I'm in the mood for maybe Chinese, maybe Panda Express. But I don't know yet. It's so stressful. There's a lot of food around here, apparently. A lot of Uber Eats stuff. Just get it on here. It's a lot of glue, so let me take some off. Okay. So now let's... Oh, this one does need to be pinched. Just a little bit. Okay. Again, I'm kind of moving it into place here. Ooh, this is going to look fabulous. I love it already. It is so embellished. I love it. I just love it. Okay. So let's get the glue on the rest of this. This is looking really, really good. And this formula is really good. I feel like it definitely has less water in the formula. So the glue is definitely tacky instead of being wet. And you don't have to wait for it to become tacky. It's just already tacky. So that's great for wanting to move on with your projects quickly. I used to have to like blow dry it a little bit or blow on it or kind of wave it around so that the glue would kind of dry up. But this is great. This is just great. That, okay, and then I'm gonna maybe wipe this down again so I can keep using the surface. Just cleaning off the glue. Okay. So that one doesn't need to be pinched much, just like literally the tiniest little bit. Okay. So let's bring this in. Let's pinch this little corner and bring it in. Okay. And there is our kind of like quilted cover. Oh, I love it. I love it. Tacos? Tacos. What is the difference? The other white one, this clear tacky glue. Doesn't that look beautiful? It's got such nice texture. Nothing lifts up. Everything is nice and sewed down. So nothing lifts up when you go like this. I love it. This one was fun. This one was really cute. Okay. So it needs to dry, but again, the glue is so good. Yeah, the clear glue is still watery. Is this journal sold already? No. Nope. I'm making kind of like a collection. I'm making a spring collection. And so everything is going to be on sale all at the same time. So we're working on it, but no, not yet. Okay, so I have one more cover to do before I log off and go find what to eat for lunch. So I think I'm going to do this one. This is a really pretty fabric, really sweet fabric. Again, bed sheet. So this is going to be cool. And I have this one too that I could do, but there's some spots that could still use a little bit more sewing. So this one's going to have to wait. So this is another one of the styles. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to do other ones too where I kind of Frankenstein some of these fabrics together. So again, I'm working on a whole like spring collection. Okay, so this is a journal that I've already pretty much prepped. And I think the fabric that I was going to use on it was like too small. So I didn't end up actually making it. So let's do it here. And let's make sure this fabric here is in the middle. This fabric here is everything. So let's see. Kind of pick on the fabric where I want it to be. And let's snip, snip the fabric so that it fits. Let's put these little scraps away. Okay, so still got the cover where we want it to be. Cut this part off here. Wow. Okay. I'm being really selective about what piece of the fabric I want this to lay on, so that's why I keep doing this. Okay, perfect. Okay, so in 2 hours, I've gotten, what, 3 books done? Almost. I'm not going to say it yet because there's still this one left. Okay, so let me make sure it's still a little bit too big. Oh, that might have been too much. No, I'm going to leave it like that because if I do that, then it's too much. Maybe this right here can be cut off. Okay. That'll be good. Okay. So, got our fabric. That's probably going to be the front. Okay, so let's get our heat and bond. Is this the right one? Yeah, it is. Okay. Want to make sure I use the right side of the fabric. Got to triple check myself because it tends to be one of my faults in life. One of my faults. Okay. So let's do this right here. Actually, give me one moment. I gotta go to the little girl's room for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Damn human body. Been working on getting a robot body. I'm just kidding. One of my favorite movies, this guy makes a joke about wanting robot legs. So I always talk about, like, I want robot legs. Okay, I need some chapstick. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so let's get this together here. Gonna add this to our little scraps of heat and bond that I gotta figure out what to do with. What goes in there? Hey Daisy, Miss Gigi mentioned the orientation of the flowers. Will they be upside down if you put the cluster in the front? Well, once you get it on the cover, I mean, you pretty much decide what's the front. And you know what I mean? Like when you get it on the cover, this doesn't have to be the front. You could always be like, oh, okay, well, this is the front now. You know what I mean? So, let me see. Maybe, well, I'll have to decide on that after when I put it on the actual cover. I haven't had to worry about anything like that so far. Okay, let's get this piece of parchment paper on here. So let's see what. Check my phone for the first time in like 2 hours. That never happens. Never ever happens. What is on Uber Eats? Ooh, I got glue on my nail. Gross. That's the worst. Pizza, Panda Express, McDonald's. I can order McDonald's. It'd probably be cold. You know, McDonald's food is only warm for 2 seconds after they give it to you. So I will not order McDonald's. I don't want cold fries. That's the worst. Cold fries. Nope. No, thank you. No, this is not the original. This is Turbo Tacky Glue. Turbo. And so far, this is my favorite one. You'll see me kind of say, oh, this is my favorite one now. Honestly, it happens. But this is my favorite glue so far right now. Turbo Tacky Glue. Like I said, I feel like it has less water than the original formula. So, and it costs like $1 more. Gigi says she's got to go to sleep. It's almost 11 p.m. Thank you, Gigi. Yep, this has been my go-to for a while now, I guess. For this year, I want to say that I've been using the Turbo Tacky Glue. I'm really glad I gave it a shot because it's honestly the best glue. Ooh, chili does sound good. Chili with sour cream, some cheddar. Chili. The glue off of here. Oh my gosh. Again, if you wait till it's cold, you don't get glue on your parchment paper, but I don't have the patience. I do not have the freaking patience. I wish I did, but I don't. Okay, so this is nice and adhered on all edges. Yep, it's good. Chili verde, beans, Spanish rice. That sounds good too. Yeah, I've never had, I mean, this will stick to your hands, but I've never had any problems with it, like burning my hands or anything. Not at all. I've never used Fabri-Tac myself. I just don't like that people said that it like smells bad, and I just can't deal with stuff like that. My nose will get so bothered. The Turbo Tacky Glue. Do I have a link to that? Somewhere. Let me get it. I appreciate that so much. Let me get it. Or if you click on one of my links, actually, anything that you buy after you click on a link goes to that affiliate account. So let me get that link for you. This is pretty much done. And you let it cool down. I'm being squished. So this is cooling down. It looks good so far. It might need this little corner. Product links. So we're searching for turbo tacky glue. This is the best stuff. It really is. All-purpose turbo tacky glue. Yep, that's it. Skip the link. It's cheaper at Walmart though. I'll admit that right now. It's like $3 at Walmart. So that might be better for you. And they always have it at Walmart. But if you don't have a Walmart nearby, then this is the turbo tacky glue. Oh, I know. I don't have to. You're basically paying for the shipping and the extra cost of the glue. That's what it is. You're paying like $1.50 for them to deliver it to you. And I mean, I'd rather pay $1.50 than go to Walmart sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes. Gotta let this go down. Let it cool down just a little bit. Okay. So now we have our fabric on the tacky glue, on the heat and bond. On the heat and bond. So let's get it off. There we go. Smooth, you guys, real smooth. Okay, so let's get it on some packing paper. Is this enough? Is this enough? It's not enough. Okay, let me get a new sheet of packing paper. Again, you could use tissue paper. However, I prefer to use packing paper now. At first, it was just because that's what I had on hand. But now I prefer it because then I don't have to paint my book. Because sometimes the fabric, especially this type of bed sheet fabric, is like really see-through, really opaque. And so I'd have to paint the book cover, which is another step that's kind of a mess. It's messy and I don't want to do it. So that's why we're going to do this with the packing paper. Get this all cleaned up here, the glue. Okay, perfect. So let's get this glued down. Something else, if you don't mind, I've seen many people use art glitter glue. Is that really any different than Elmer's or tacky glue? I've actually never used it myself just because I myself prefer, being the all-true American that I am, I myself prefer to buy my stuff at Walmart. Because if I need it now. I'm not gonna order 10 bottles at a time. So I myself would rather buy things or get things that I can, or use things that I can get at Walmart, that I know everybody can get at Walmart. Like I said, at the drop of a hat, if I need more glue, I need more glue, and I don't have time to wait and for it to be shipped to me. If that makes any sense. Sorry, my alarm was going off. So I don't have time for it to be shipped to me if it's something like glue. And if it's expensive, I'm not going to sit there and get 10 of them. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. So this works for me, that works for me. If something else works for somebody else, I'm glad. If I want to splurge, I might splurge on it and try it out one time. But again, like I said, if I need it in the middle of the night, if I need it for the middle of, I'm in the middle of a project, like I need it. You know what I mean? I can't wait for it to be delivered to me. And if it's expensive, again, I'm not going to pick up 10 of them. It's just not possible. But I'm sure it has its benefits. I just would rather, especially with something as basic as glue, as basic and as necessary as it is for your projects, I don't want to run the risk of not having it or not being able to get it for a couple of days. That doesn't sound like something I'd want to do. If it's something not important, like, I don't know what would be not important. Everything seems to be important to me. But again, I just would rather use things that are already in store for things like so basic that I would need like glue. I'm sure it has its benefits, but I mean, this turbo tacky glue, I don't see how it could get any better. It's just, you know, the new hot item and everybody wants to try it out, which is understandable. Totally understandable. Okay, so let's cut this out here. Then we're going to adhere it to our book. Oh, and then the tip, I guess it's the bottle, right? You can get bottles. Let me see. I bought these little bottles after seeing those needle tip. You could buy little bottles like this. I bought a bunch of these. They're just called needle tip bottles on Amazon. And I think I bought like a dozen of them for like $6. Let me see if I can find it. Product links. Because I see the benefit to the needle point. Needle point bottle is what I looked up. Let me see if I can get the link to the ones that I bought. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, this is the same exact one that I got. So they're 30 millimeter needle tip bottle. So I've put my own glue in this and it works just fine. So let's see, they are called needle tip bottles. And there's the glue, and there's the link, and you can use these with any type of glue that you want. And you guys saw that I use these at you can get them at the dollar store. What? Oh yeah, Eileen's at the Dollar Tree. Yep, you can. I'd rather use a turbo tacky glue, but you can. There's definitely cheaper ways to get your stuff. And I mean, if you got it to, you know, try it out one time, do it. I try out glue all the time. I'm not going to lie. I do try out new glues. But when I find something good, especially like I've already tried the Eileen's tacky glue, and it was great. I just had to wait for it to get like tacky. But now I don't, because this formula is great. Okay, so this is going to be the last one that we put together for today. And we're going to come back tonight, and I'm going to work on embellishments because I'm kind of tired of doing cover and cover and cover. So I want to do some embellishments. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So I do hope you join me tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I didn't want to cut this time. That's okay. Did I not adhere? Oh, I didn't adhere. That's so bad. Okay, let's get it to adhere. Remember your glue pen, Daisy? Yep, I remember having my glue pen. Yep, I remember. I go through phases. I go through my phases too. We all go through our little phases. Yeah, this is good. This is good. I remember the good old days. Yeah, sometimes it does get a little expensive to do this crafting. Somebody made a joke about like how much money we spend to make things called junk journals. I'm like, oh my god. Gosh darn it if you weren't right. It was hilarious. I'm like, oh my God, you're so right. We do spend a lot of money to make junk journals. It's funny stuff. Okay, so let's get this here to be straight, because I want it to be straight. Let me get my piece of cardstock. It might help. It should definitely help. Okay. There we go. We're just trying to make these two pieces even here. And then we're going to make the sides even. Okay. Yep, you can always, yeah, you definitely, if you sell one junk journal, you can claim that on your taxes, all of your supplies. If you make videos about it, you can claim that on your supplies too. Let's see. Just trying to double check that it is all nice and heated through. Seems to be. Okay, so now we can cover our book. Slightly small here, but yeah, it should be okay. This book is cursed. This is the second book that I make that is kind of short for it, just a little bit. This book is cursed. There's something wrong with this book. I'm still going to cut this just a tiny bit. Just a smidge. Okay, so let's cut these corners. Oh, wait, no. Let's glue it down, and then I cut the corners. I forgot. This bottle's almost done, which is why I bought so many bottles. Now it's just going to poop out all over the place. That's the bottle. That's not me, I'm telling you. It's not me, you guys. I swear. I've never used Yoo-Hoo, but I see that Gail uses it, and I was interested. But you know what? They don't carry that at Walmart. So I'm like, well, I guess there goes that idea, Gail. Again, things like my glue, I have to be able to get locally. Glue is just too essential to be without it for a day or two or three or whatever. I'm sure it's great glue. I know that's why Gail uses it. It must be good. But I just don't want to wait on things like glue. Right here. Let's get all this in here. Okay, perfect. Now, let's try and get this centered. There we go, just like that. Okay. So I need to get this glue off my hands. One moment. Oh my gosh. Let me get a baby wipe. I'm going to use all my baby wipes on one video. Okay, I'll look out for it. Okay, so now we need to do the little corners. This little corner here. This corner here. Got another corner. Okay, so we got all these corners. And we got to do the little flaps too. I'm trying to get this glue off my hands. It drives me crazy. Okay. Just going to get this off here. Oof. I might have messed this one up. I might need to do a spine on this one. I'm not sure. Let's see. Which might not be so bad. It is kind of a nice fabric for a spine. Okay. Let's get all this glue here. And my sponge here already has some glue, so I don't want to put too much. It absorbs a lot of glue. So let's put this in here. Yep. Put it in. Let's see here. Okay, perfect. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's move on to this side. Ooh, I didn't cut the little flaps out. Oh my gosh. And why am I using my finger? What is wrong with me? I need to eat. I'm not thinking straight no more. Okay, let's get this on here. Guess on this one I forgot to do the slits, so I'll just have to live with that. Just makes it harder, but it's okay. It's not the hardest thing to do. Okay, so now this last flap here. Always make sure to get the glue right there in those corners. And let's pinch it just a little bit. And this here as well, pinch it. It's too much glue there. Too much. Okay, so we pinch it, and here we pinch it also. Perfect. Good. Okay. Okay, April, have a good day, hon. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. Okay, so we're almost did here. We're almost all did. I think I have enough freaking glue on this sponge here to make this whole thing tacky enough. Okay, so let's get this little corner pinched. Oh, actually, that might not need. Nope, that doesn't need it. This one did though, so just a little bit. There we go. Okay. So this turned out pretty good. This has to dry. And again, I'm working in the fabric here because it kind of bunches out. So you just have to tuck it in. Tuck it into all these little corners. It's hard to show. But on this side, because we did those little cutouts, you don't have to do that. Okay, so we are out. So again, I guess I didn't pay attention to how I did it. You guys are right. I didn't pay attention. It's okay. The flowers can be like this, maybe. Oh, well, it happens. Okay, well, you guys have a good day. I'm going to see you guys tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time when I go live for my usual time. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on today's live. Just keep on working on these junk journals. I will see you guys tonight. So thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me. Thank you, Shelby. And thank you, Betty. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Patricia. Everybody who's here, all the cool kids. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. And I will see you tonight. Bye, Tavy. Bye-bye.